happening now.
Tracking your heart health right from your phone. Local doctors feeling the pulse of a new technology.
And also this morning, 19 years since the Columbine school shooting, students across the country and here in central New York are re-energized and ready to march for change.
And Syracuse University releases a plan of action after that racist and sexist and homophobic video emerges from a fraternity.
From WSYR TV Syracuse, the local station, you're watching the Morning News.
And a good Friday morning, I'm Jennifer Sanders. It is 6 o'clock.
And I'm Dan Cummings. The news follows the weather. Kate, we are getting ever closer to a real spring-like day, right?
We are inching our way closer and closer by every hour. And details on the way next.
Well, it's the explosive story off the SU Hill that's now getting national attention. Last night, the SU community once again was trying to come to grips after that video was released and widely distributed online showing racist and sexist and anti-Semitic and homophobic behavior. And
the investigation into engineering fraternity Theta Tau continues. This is a portion of that audio from the video. We're not showing that part of the video because of the graphic nature.
I solemnly swear to always have hatred in my heart for, Most importantly.
And new this morning, the Syracuse Theta Tau chapter issuing a much lengthier statement than their national office.
Yeah, this new statement says in part, quote, every single member of Theta Tau would like to apologize to everyone affected by the racist video that was recorded as part of our new member process. The statement continues, anyone of color or of any marginalized group who has seen this video has every right to be angry and upset with the despicable contents of that video. They go on to explain that it was part of a skit, and we have their full statement posted for you right now at localsyr.com.
Well, Syracuse University leaders immediately suspended the fraternity, and the investigation is now in the hands of the Department of Public Safety. They say that students might face disciplinary or legal action. As the investigation continues, though, the university has released a plan of action going forward. They say Theta Tau's suspension will continue, and they are asking the national office to conduct a comprehensive review. The university, meanwhile, will be conducting a top-to-bottom review of all Greek life, and Greek leaders will have to participate in bias training. There will also be improvements to the student orientation and freshman programs of topics of inclusivity, bias, alcohol, and drugs.
Well, as far as any possible criminal charges go, the answer is no. Onondaga County DA Bill Fitzpatrick has reviewed the video and says no crime was committed. He says the vitriol displayed by the fraternity brothers was not directed to a specific individual. And the DA adds, quote, luckily for the frat boys, stupidity is not a crime.
Well, Lemoyne will be holding a listening session on campus today after they say that a member of their community was also involved in the Theta Tau fraternity. The president releasing a statement yesterday saying that they are working closely with Syracuse University, all to conduct an investigation. President Linda Lemura says that she understands students at the college may be disturbed or offended, so her and her leadership team will be available at today's session. The specific time and location have yet to be announced.
Well, this has gotten, as we said, national attention. ABC's Gio Benitez was sent to Syracuse to cover this story on Good Morning America at 7. Benitez will be live on the SU campus as misconduct in Greek life once again comes under the national lens.
Well, time now is 6:04. Major marches and walkouts have happened across the country in the last 2 months since the Parkland, Florida high school massacre. Now students continue to advocate for change. Today, high schoolers nationwide are planning another walkout, and it marks 19 years since the Columbine shooting. The idea for today's walkout came from a 16-year-old sophomore from Connecticut saying in the last 2 decades, it appears not much has changed. The walkout will also include a moment of silence for the 12 victims of the Columbine tragedy.
6:05 right now. The investigation continues this morning into a deadly ambush of 2 Florida sheriff's deputies. This is in Gilchrist County, not too far from Gainesville. The sheriff identified the 2 victims as Sergeant Noel Ramirez and Deputy Taylor Lindsay. Authorities say a gunman walked up to the restaurant where the 2 were having a bite to eat and fired at them through a window. Officials have not given any motive for the attack or released any further information on the shooter in suburban Gainesville, Florida.
Well, breaking it overnight, memos written by former FBI Director James Comey have become public after the Department of Justice sent them to Congress. Now, multiple House Republicans requesting the release of the documents, arguing that it would undercut any possible obstruction of justice case against the president. The 15 pages, however, present a deeply unflattering view of the president's first months in the White House. President Trump tweeting overnight saying was no collusion and no obstruction. We do have a link to the full memos on our website, localsyr.com.
Well, celebration of Barbara Bush's life are underway right now in Houston, Texas, as the nation prepares to lay the former First Lady to rest tomorrow.
And the public will be allowed to pay their respects today from noon to midnight at St. Matron's Episcopal Church in Houston. And that's where the invitation-only funeral will be held tomorrow. She will be buried at the Bush Presidential Library in College Station. And Barbara Bush was 92 when she passed away on Tuesday.
Well, you know, there's an app for just about everything, including a newly updated app that can take a medical-grade EKG reading. And
News Channel 9's Farah Jadrin brought questions about the app to a local hospital, and this led the St. Joe's Cardiology Unit to try it out for themselves.
It didn't take long for St. Joseph's cardiology director to feel the pulse of new technology, putting your heart health in the palm of your hand. Farah Jadrin, News Channel 9.
And heart health, of course, is a focus as the American Heart Association CNY chapter preps for tomorrow's annual Heart Walk. A fun run starts at 9 a.m. at the SRC Arena, with the walk beginning at 10 a.m.
And you'll be emceeing that, will you not?
Yes, and Kate will be there as well.
That's awesome. Will this little guy be there? 2-year-old toddler. Take a look. This is in Syracuse. Listen to him. Yeah. He's yelling for the snow to stop. He's sick of it just like all of us are.
Exactly.
But you know, Kate, you're telling us by tomorrow he can lose that ski hat, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the coat too.
Tomorrow, maybe not so much.
Chilly.
Yeah, it's still. I don't want the perception. I don't want people to think that they're going to be experiencing 70s at all. Okay. It's still going to be chilly this weekend. Okay, it's still going to be in the 40s tomorrow.
But sunny.
But it's going to be sunny.
Yeah.
That's going to make a big difference.
Yes.
And then we'll get to 60 for at least a couple of days next week.